There's a moment almost every artist has had. You're standing in a museum or scrolling past an image online or flipping through a book. You see a piece that looks simple. Maybe it's one color, maybe it's loose, maybe it looks unfinished, and a thought pops up. I could do that. That thought is usually followed by another one, quieter but sharper. But why is this art? And right on its heels comes another familiar discomfort. Maybe there's something I'm missing. That discomfort is not a lack of talent, and it's definitely not proof that art is a secret club you weren't invited into. It's a lack of visual literacy. And here's the part that matters most. Visual literacy has nothing to do with snobbery, pretension, or memorizing fancy art terms. In fact, visual literacy is one of the most democratic, grounding, and confidence building skills an artist can develop. Let's talk about what it actually is and why it changes everything. Hey there, I'm Carrie, and I'm here to remind you of something important. You are already an artist. Here on Artist Strong, I help creatives stop feeling like copyists or hobbyists and start creating their first real series of artwork, work that reflects who they are and what they care about. If you are ready to move beyond DIY learning and want the support and structure to finally draw and paint with your unique voice, I'm here to help. You can sign up for my free workshop, How to Transform Your Ideas into Artwork That Is Uniquely Yours. Thousands of artists have already joined the community, and the workshop is completely free. You'll find the link below. What visual literacy actually is. Visual literacy is the ability to read images the way you read words. It's noticing how your eyes move through a composition, why certain colors feel loud or quiet together, how scale, repetition, or emptiness creates meaning, where tension lives and where it resolves. It's understanding that images are constructed, not accidental. Just like written literacy doesn't mean you only read classic literature or write in perfect grammar, visual literacy doesn't mean you only like serious art or make work that looks intellectual. It means you can look at an image and name what's happening, understand why something affects you, make intentional choices instead of guessing. Visual literacy is not about judgment, it's about awareness. Why most artists were never taught this. I shared this story in my ebook, Art Speak. In one of my first art classes in college, we started a discussion about the definition of art. Our professor shared slides, yes, I'm that old, and asked us if the images were or were not art and why. The discussion was lively and full of humor until we saw one slide. It was an image of a bicycle whose tires were hexagonal rather than the round tires we're accustomed to seeing. A boy in class laughed out loud and said, "Well, that's definitely not art." Our professor looked at him, paused, then said quietly, "That's my work." You could have heard a pin drop. If you're self-taught, you probably learned art in fragments. You learned techniques, how to shade, how to blend, how to draw what you see. You learned inspiration, follow artists you love, try new materials, make more work. But what you likely didn't learn was how to slow down and ask, what visual decisions are being made here? What problems is this artwork solving? What rules is it following or breaking? Without visual literacy, art starts to feel mystical. Some people get it, others don't. Some work is good, other work is bad. And the criteria feels invisible. That's where insecurity creeps in. That's when we joke, well, that's not art. Not because you lack the ability to make or talk about art, but because you lack language. You see, part of the point of my professor's exercise was to get us to practice using language and visual literacy to develop our own understanding of art. And had my fellow student followed up with some articulated ideas, it could have made for a lively debate. Instead, I heard him stumbling over an apology as I left the classroom. I was just trying to be funny and if you don't like an artwork, or you do like an artwork, I don't care. I want you to be empowered in that feeling, that decision, and have the words to articulate why. Visual literacy builds confidence, not arrogance. Here's something I want to be very clear about. Visual literacy does not make you more pretentious. It makes you less dependent on external validation. When you can articulate what you're seeing, you stop outsourcing your confidence. Instead of thinking, I like this, but maybe I shouldn't, you can say, I like this because the limited palette forces me to focus on value and rhythm. Instead of thinking, I don't get this, so it must be stupid, or I must be, you can say, this piece is prioritizing concept over surface finish, And that's not what I'm drawn to right now. That shift is everything. You're no longer trying to pass an invisible test. You're having a conversation. Visual literacy makes better art, quietly and consistently. Artists often think they need more skill, more time, more discipline, more confidence. But what they often need first is clarity. Visual literacy gives you that. When you understand what makes an image work, you stop throwing everything into every piece. You start asking better questions. What is this piece about visually? What am I emphasizing on purpose? What can I remove? Your work becomes more focused because you're making conscious choices rather than limiting yourself. And confidence follows confidence, not performative confidence, not loud confidence, the quiet kind that comes from knowing why you made what you made. The myth that literacy equals elitism. Somewhere along the way, visual literacy got tangled up with art snobbery. We've all encountered it, overly academic explanations. Language that feels designed to exclude, the sense that art is only real if it's difficult to understand. But that's not literacy, that's gatekeeping. True literacy opens doors. It gives you tools so you don't have to guess. It gives you language so you don't feel small. It gives you agency so you can disagree thoughtfully. Pretension says you wouldn't understand. Visual literacy says, let's look closely. In and out of art school, I've seen people pretend to offer feedback to peers or students in the guise of visual literacy. Really, they're using it as an opportunity to feel important or superior. When you can recognize the difference, you will be more empowered to set aside harmful, so-called feedback and receive feedback that's actually in service of your art. How has elitism or art snobbery held you back? Perhaps it's something unspoken, or worse, something someone said to you. I'd love for you to share it in the comments below. I promise you, you aren't alone. Literacy helps you look at the world differently. One of the most underrated effects of visual literacy is how it changes your everyday seeing. You start noticing how light falls across a kitchen counter, how color repeats itself in a city block, how negative space shapes an experience. The world becomes a reference library, not in a way that pressures you to use everything, but in a way that makes you feel more present. At one point, I was painting so much that without thinking, I'd be out for a walk and catch myself listing which golden acrylic paints I would need and in what proportions to make that blue sky or the subtle green in a shaded tree. You stop seeing images as things that happen to you. You start seeing them as things you can respond to. That sense of participation matters. Visual literacy is critical thinking for a media-saturated, AI-shaped world. We are living in the most image-dense moment in human history. Every day you scroll past hundreds, sometimes thousands of images designed to persuade, soothe, sell, provoke, or distract you. Algorithms decide what you see. Trends replicate themselves at lightning speed. And now, with AI-generated imagery everywhere, it's harder than ever to tell how an image was made, why it exists, or what it's trying to do. In this environment, visual literacy is not optional for creatives. It's a form of critical thinking. Visual literacy asks, who made this image and for what purpose? What visual shortcuts are being used to trigger emotion? What feels authentic here and what feels automated or derivative? What choices were made and which ones were avoided? These questions matter more now than ever. Without them, it's easy to confuse volume with value. It's easy to mistake polish for meaning. It's easy to feel like you're falling behind simply because the output never stops. For artists, visual literacy becomes a stabilizing force. It helps you recognize trends without being swallowed by them. Use AI as a tool or make the conscious choice not to without letting it replace your thinking. Distinguish between influence and imitation. Make work that responds to the world instead of echoing it. This isn't about resisting technology or romanticizing the past. It's about staying awake. Critical looking keeps you from becoming a passive consumer of images, especially images generated without lived experience, context, or intention. And when you practice that kind of looking, your own work deepens. You stop asking, does this look good enough? And you start asking, what am I actually saying here? That shift is one of the most powerful things visual literacy offers artists today. Visual literacy is especially important for self-taught artists. If you didn't go to art school, you may feel like visual literacy is something you missed your chance to learn. It's not. Visual literacy isn't locked behind a degree. It's built through intentional looking, thoughtful questioning, and repeated practice. And often, self-taught artists bring something powerful to this process. Curiosity without rigid rules, a personal relationship to imagery, a desire to make meaning, not just objects. When you combine that with literacy, something clicks. You stop trying to make art that looks like art. You start making art that means something to you and communicates clearly to others. Literacy is an act of reclaiming. For many artists, especially women, caregivers, and late bloomers, claiming the identity of artist can feel loaded. Visual literacy can feel like permission, not permission to be perfect, permission to be intentional. It says you are allowed to have opinions. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to take yourself seriously without taking yourself too seriously. That's not elitism, that's empowerment. You don't need to know everything, just how to look. Visual literacy doesn't mean having all the answers. It means knowing how to ask better questions, and those questions asked consistently will do more for your art than chasing trends, tools, or external approval ever could. Art is not a test you pass, it's a language you learn. And the more fluent you become, the more confidently you move through both your work and the world around you. That's the opposite of snobbery. That's belonging. Now, I'd love to know. Tell me one thing you can start using in your art practice this week. Comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to Artist Strong to not only catch our weekly content, but also help decide our content. Your interests and questions direct the content I create. Remember, proudly call yourself an artist. Together, we are Artist Strong.